Hey guys, today I'm joined with Matt and we will be discussing Arjun.
What's up guys, my name's Anime Matt and thanks man. Today we're talking about Jin and how much of a badass villain Sato is.
Arjun is a pretty awesome anime about a few people who turn out to be immortal beings. It's possible that anyone can be one of these immortal beings, but the only way you can find out is if you die. You may think these immortal beings nicknamed Arjun are living a luxurious life after their newfound powers, but you'll be thinking wrong.
I have to admit, when I first saw the art style on this anime, I thought I was going to puke. Yet, after the first episode, I totally forgot that it was 3D due to just how well they mastered it. Either way, today we aren't here to talk about the art. Today, we're going to talk about one of the best villains in anime, Sato.
In the first couple of episodes of Arjun, you find out that being an Arjun isn't so terribly nice. So naturally, this show is about the rebellion led by the Arjun in order to secure basic human rights. The leader of this rebellion is none other than Sato, and Sato is someone who, from a quick glance, appears to be just a pleasant old man. Yet, through cinematic techniques and some excellent writing, we see him become one of the most terrifying villains in anime.
Although we haven't learned his backstory, Sato was probably trained in some sort of special forces considering his vast knowledge of military strategy. But what truly makes Sato terrifying is how he is presented. The creators of this anime did an excellent job by always having Sato be king of the frame. At no point do we see Sato not in control. Each time, even when we see him amongst his peers, he never once shows any signs of fear.
One of the most amazing shots in the show is when Sato is pulling off an assassination attempt. We see this incredibly well guarded building and Sato is infiltrating what seems to be the wrong building. He gets up to the top and we get the giant reveal that his plan is to blow up this building to crush the building that's being guarded. And it kind of reminds me of Mission Impossible, to be honest. And instead of just flying down in a helicopter to clean it up, Sato, being the badass that he is, he decides to ride the building down, dies, and then re-resurrects, and it's just so crazy and awesome. You get like a type of Jokerish vibe from this guy.
Yeah, and I think having that Joker vibe is like one of the main themes of the show, considering we never learned his backstory or any of his motives. I think one of the craziest things about Sato is that he's very much still got this supervillain thing down. It's pretty funny to say, but to Sato, it's all about presentation. He can probably just train up an elite team to assassinate them quietly, but instead, he not only gives everyone the list of people he's going to kill, he also gives everyone the order that they will be assassinated in, and even sometimes the location and time. Like, the balls on this dude.
This is something not too many anime villains do, but I think it's one of the key factors that makes Sato the badass that he is. Each and every time he pulls off an assassination or an attack, there has to be some sort of spectacular show. This is brilliant strategy because not only does it make the show more entertaining for the viewers, it also shows the difference in power between the humans and Arjun.
Another interesting thing about Sato is how he really isn't on either side. Like, at the beginning of the show, he reveals that he doesn't really care about his fellow Jin. He gets the main character of the show caught and experimented on in order to train him to hate humans. When this plan doesn't work, he just decides to try and kill our main character by cutting his fucking head off and forcing him to watch his body grow a new one.
I also want to mention that it is also shown later on that he doesn't really care about Arjun rights despite being the leader of the movement. It's pretty easy to infer that the only reason he's doing this is to have an excuse to kill humans. Overall, I think we can all agree that Sato is one badass villain. Not only does he always make a good entrance, he can pull off crazy tactical plans. Also, the fact that his motives are mostly just for fun of killing, and it just, again, it reminds you of a Joker-esque vibe. And he's a Joker villain.
My favorite thing about Sato is just like how much audacity this dude has. Like, he just like fucking straight up tells the world his plans and then follows through on them. Like, he never actually really changes them. And I just think that's so freaking awesome to see, like a character who just has those kind of balls and is always willing to go as hard as physically possible.
Sato likes a challenge and a game. We are reminded of this in the show. He mentions it himself. He likes playing video games and he wants to prove he is the best. He's always playing on his Game Boy at the hardest difficulty, right? He's such an entertaining antagonist. Like, the hallway siege scene and the terrorist attack scene is on par with some of the best anime sequences in recent years in terms of the way he executed it and shit. And I don't think the 3D is that bad. You look past it after 2 episodes if you give this anime a chance.
Yeah, I do agree with that also. The 3D art style does take a little bit of time to get used to, but honestly, it really isn't that bad. Most shows that I see using 3D don't really do it right, but I think the way they they light things and the way the characters moves and the way they feel, it makes it seem pretty unique, and I kind of ended up enjoying it by the end.
Now, there is not much that we know about Sato at the minute in terms of his backstory, but it's worth mentioning in the earlier episodes in which he answers the audience's question that some of us may be pondering on, in which he states that if an Arjun loses their brain, they develop a new one and become a shadow of their former selves, right? So what if this was already occurred for some of the characters we see in the show, or maybe Sato himself? In addition, this show also makes you question more things like what are the extent of the Arjun powers, what type of training or powers can this race get to, is that Sato's goal to unlock, or does he simply just want to rule the world and is psychotic that wants to have fun? This character is fun, I like it. He's hard to read in terms of you don't know why you like him or if you want to like him, but you can't help but admire his antics and awesomeness, and he is just so entertaining to watch. So Sato is like another level in the show. We see that he is taking on special forces that supposedly are the best force in Japan. Now this just makes me wonder why and how is he so badass? How does he have the abilities to perform strategy and defeat such forces whilst being filmed and aired on the news? Maybe he revels in the attention to prove everyone in the world that he is the best and Arjuns are superior, obviously. Now in the very start of the show, we see some sort of Arjun in Africa being crazy and taking on straight up bullets, rockets and all sort of shit. He takes it straight to the face and killing everyone, and we're all thinking, what the fuck is going on here? Now this is one awesome opening to an anime, but now that I think about it, who is that Arjun? We are never ever mentioned again in the show. He is never mentioned again, and then we dive into Japan of Sato's story of recruiting the main character. So is there some sort of link with him and Sato? Is this crazy guy Sato himself?
So I actually just looked back and I'm actually pretty sure that is Sato. I'm not 100% sure, but there is this one shot where his very distinctive eyes seem to match. Either way, I'm not exactly a theory crafter, so I'll just leave that one to you guys.
But anyway guys, thanks for joining us in this video. If you haven't checked out Arjun, we highly recommend it. It's a very entertaining show and probably one of the best animes of 2016. Give it a chance, it's really good. Please subscribe to Matt and check out his content if you feel as though he deserves it, I guess. Just helping out the community, I feel as though some people deserve more attention, and I don't know guys. I hope you guys subscribe and hit the like button and check out our next video. Woo! And yeah, Matt, you could just finish this off, mate. I don't know, you can say what you want to say.
Thank you, man. Anyway, I make these videos twice a week on my channel. If you like this kind of content, don't be afraid to come over here and subscribe. And make sure you guys are obviously subscribed to Animazeball Deep because he is a badass motherfucker. Anyway, you guys, this is Man Matt. Make sure you guys stay man and go watch that goddamn anime.